What made you straight up nope out of a relationship? I moved in with my girlfriend Tessa after dating for 8 months. Everything seemed perfect. She was funny, smart, and had this golden retriever named Milo, who she absolutely adored. The only problem was Milo seemed to hate my guts from day one. This dog would bark at me non-stop whenever I walked in the room. He'd pee on my clothes if I left them on the floor. One time he even snapped at me when I tried to kiss Tessa goodnight. But every time I brought it up, Tessa would just laugh it off. "He's just protective of me," she'd say with this sweet smile. Dogs can be jealous when their owner gets a boyfriend. He'll warm up to you eventually. I really wanted to make it work. I took Milo on long walks every morning before work. I bought him expensive treats and toys. I even let him sleep in our bed even though he'd growl at me all night. But nothing worked. If anything, he seemed to get worse. The weird part was, I started noticing Milo only acted aggressive when Tessa wasn't around. When she was home, he'd just ignore me or give me these creepy stares. But the second she left for work or went to the store, this dog turned into a complete psycho. One afternoon while I was making lunch, Milo straight up lunged at me and bit my ankle. Hard. Blood was dripping down into my sock. When Tessa got home an hour later, I showed her the bite marks and told her what happened. She looked at the wound, then at me, and said, "You must have done something to provoke him. Milo doesn't just attack people for no reason." I couldn't believe it. "Tessa, look at my leg. Your dog bit me and drew blood. Maybe you stepped on his tail or something," she said, shrugging. "Dogs don't lie, Jordan. People do." That stung. But I didn't want to be the guy who made his girlfriend choose between him and her pet. Instead, I went online and bought a cheap pet camera. I set it up in the hallway where Milo spent most of his time when Tessa was gone. The first day of footage was normal. Milo just slept on his bed and ignored me. But on the second day, I caught something that made my blood run cold. Right before Tessa left for work, she knelt down next to Milo and whispered something in his ear. I couldn't make out the words, but after she left, Milo immediately got up and started barking at me aggressively. I rewound the footage and turned up the volume. Clear as day, I heard Tessa say, "Get him, boy. Protect mommy." My hands were shaking as I scrolled through more clips. There was Tessa rubbing my dirty laundry on Milo's bed, then pointing at me and saying, "That's the enemy." Another clip showed her hiding treats in my shoes, then encouraging Milo to find the bad smell. The worst one was from 3 days ago. Tessa was on her hands and knees, holding my favorite jacket. She let Milo smell it, then started yelling, "Attack! Protect mommy from the bad man!" Milo got so worked up he was foaming at the mouth. I felt sick to my stomach. This woman I thought I loved had been training her dog to hate me for weeks, maybe months. When Tessa got home that evening, I was sitting on the couch with my laptop open. The camera footage paused on a frame of her whispering to Milo. "We need to talk," I said. She saw the screen and her face went completely blank. No surprise, no shame, nothing. "How long have you been spying on me?" she asked calmly. "Long enough to see what you've been doing to your dog." "Why, Tessa? Why would you train Milo to attack me?" She sat down across from me and crossed her arms. "I wanted to see if you could handle real commitment. A real relationship isn't just about the good times. It's about dealing with problems and not running away when things get hard." I stared at her. "You call training a dog to bite me a test? Milo is part of the package. He was here before you, and he'll be here after you. If you can't accept that he doesn't like you, then maybe you're not the right guy for me." "He doesn't like me because you taught him not to like me," I said, my voice getting louder. "This is insane, Tessa." She shrugged. "You're being dramatic. It's not like he seriously hurt you. A little bite never killed anyone." That's when I knew I was done. I closed the laptop and stood up. "You're right. Milo was here first, so I'll make it easy for both of you." I packed my stuff that night while she watched TV like nothing happened. When I was loading the last box into my car, she finally came outside. "You're really going to leave over this?" she asked. "I thought you were different, Jordan. I thought you actually cared about me." I looked at her one last time. "I did care about you, but the person I cared about was never real, was she?" I blocked her number before I even got home. 2 weeks later, a mutual friend told me Tessa was already dating some new guy. I felt bad for him, but mostly I felt relieved.